welcome back to the 5 O'Clock Sweats podcast, the podcast where we like to talk about the things that we like to do when we're not on the clock working. Today, I am joined by, I'm Ryan, joined by my handsome buddy.
Hey, I think I've used this one before. I'm Couch Potato Derick.
I think you have.
I think I have, but this time it's more relevant because I think since last time, maybe, I now have a couch. So I've been putting that to good use.
That butt has been firmly planted on that thing and just consuming all sorts of anime.
Okay, we can't say that my butt's been consuming anime.
I mean, okay. Your butt has been planted on the couch while your eyes and brain have consumed anime, and then probably maybe a Sixers game here and there.
Well, see, the thing about that is, one, the Sixers are what they are this season, and even with the trade deadline approaching and some moves being made, I'm still not super that into it this season. So, I mean, I have all that anime to watch, which, I mean, I've been doing a good job on.
You have.
I've been popping some movies in there, which I think we might talk about in some time here.
For sure.
But I'm really looking for something to watch on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing.
Any recos?
It's kind of a not a lot going on Sunday. I mean, I'm hearing whispers of this like football game that's happening. It's like the local teams in this big game that happens every year around this time. It's like the final two teams playing for this trophy that's named after this old coach or something. And I'm like, what's the big deal? The Eagles are in the fucking Super Bowl. They're in the Super Bowl.
Yes, they are.
The Eagles are in the Super Bowl.
Can you believe it?
No, I can't. It hasn't. I don't think it'll hit me until the ball is kicked off on Sunday at it's around 6:30, 7 p.m., whatever. I am still in shock that we are blessed with a season like this, because I still, it just feels like it's not real, because we watched this team start 2-2. We watched Saquon drop the ball against Atlanta. We watched the defense get absolutely shredded by Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans and company in Tampa Bay. I mean, we've seen some bad football, but man, does that feel like an eternity ago? Because all this team does now is just win. The one game they've lost since then was a game where Jalen Hurts got hurt in the first quarter and was able to finish the game, and the defense absolutely collapsed. Or else they probably wouldn't have lost since those games. But I mean, here we are. It's February 4th. We're 5 days from the Super Bowl, and I just can't believe it. I really just cannot believe the journey this team's been on this season. It's been fun. It's been crazy. I'm just so proud of this team and just the growth that they've shown over the last few months, going from 2-2, coming off a season where they had a historic collapse and then a brutal first round exit in the playoffs.
To think about it. Ugh.
Yeah. And then starting 2-2, you got people calling for Sirianni's head, people questioning whether Jalen Hurts is the future at quarterback. Was Saquon Barkley really worth the money? All of that has been flushed down the toilet. I mean, Sirianni...
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about that anymore.
No. I have not heard any Sirianni slander in months and weeks. And, I mean, the guy is just great at his job. And that is basically chief vibes officer of this football team, CEO of the team, and he just does a great job. I mean, these guys love playing for him. I mean, you can really tell. I know there were a lot of questions about it, when they were struggling, but man, all he does really, if you look at his body of work, he just wins, and that's really all he does. And I watch all the mic'd up videos they release every week. The Eagles always do a great job with these mic'd up videos.
I watched a bunch before we hopped on this recording.
They're so fun, and they just give you a peek behind the curtain of like the personalities and everything. And then I just love when they show like the team meetings. Like I'm assuming those meetings are like the start of the week when they're preparing for their next opponent. And then you can just tell that Sirianni has complete command of the room, and like the guys really do believe in what he's saying. Like they had the one this past week before the NFC Championship game where Sirianni was telling them to close their eyes and envision like their best moments of their football career.
That was so good.
It was like touching. Like I was like about to cry. And all the guys are closing their eyes, they're buying into it. And you can just tell that, he's got a pulse on this team, and the guys would run through a brick wall for that man. And then just seeing on the sidelines, like seeing the emotion out of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he's crying when Sirianni like embraces him when they realize they're going to go to the Super Bowl again.
Yes.
And then Devontae Smith saying, "I love you." Like, listen, if Devontae likes you, then you're fucking cool, because Devontae is the coolest cat out there. He's awesome. I'm just so I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I'm so thankful that the Eagles are who they are, and that we get the chance to watch another Super Bowl. We have to watch our team have a chance to win another championship. I mean, it's crazy. It's awesome. It's like times like these, we had it in 2018. Well, yeah, the 2017 season, but 2018 was when the game took place. That was obviously special for many, many reasons. That season was incredible. Magical.
How about this? How about you close your eyes? I'll close my eyes too. Where were you when the Eagles won that Super Bowl?
I was at my mom's house.
Who were you watching with? What were you wearing? Did you have your swag on?
Ooh, I actually
a wristband or anything? Was it
I was
on
wearing
turf?
you know what I was, because I actually have a picture of that night.
Yeah, me
I was
too.
Wearing like an
fucking
old
who
school,
doesn't?
I know. I was wearing like an old school looking like football helmet, like the leather helmet that's like not even like a helmet. Like if you got hit in the head by a human being, you would probably die. Like it's not protecting shit. I was wearing one of those, and then I had a jersey on, and I think it was a Nick Foles jersey actually, fitting, and yeah, and I mean that night was special. Eagles' first Super Bowl win in their history, and just a night and just a couple days that you'll never forget between that and the parade and everything. And then 2022, we had that game, the lead up to that, and we all know how that ended. It was heartbreaking. It sucked. I remember where I was for that. Not great. It was
interestingly, I don't.
Well, that's probably for the best. Yeah, we were.
Oh shoot! No, yeah, I do.
Oh no!
I think I screamed my voice hoarse in the first half of that game, and then the second half happened.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I occasionally do go back and watch highlights of that game and just like don't watch the last few minutes, because it was a great game. Like just objectively one of the better Super Bowls we've ever seen. I mean, the Eagles, between that game and then the Eagles Patriots Super Bowl in 2018, like those two of the best Super Bowls you'll ever see. Like just from a game wise, so entertaining.
We bring it, baby.
Jalen was so good in that game, man. And then, obviously the fumble was the difference in the game, but the defense just could not get a stop in the second half. I mean, they were up by 10 going into halftime, 24-14. And, we're feeling, I remember how I felt going into halftime. And then Mahomes was limping because it looked like he hurt his ankle. And we're like, oh my God, Mahomes is hurt. We're going to see the backup quarterback. We got Rihanna coming on halftime. Like the vibes are high. And then
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then, obviously, the Chiefs chiefed. Mahomes, and the Eagles lost in heartbreaking fashion. So, Here we are again, 2 years later. We are back in the Super Bowl in New Orleans, playing none other than Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs again. And I feel good. I feel good about it. I really do. I think I
do too.
I felt good 2 years ago. But
I feel better this year.
Yeah, because this team, the Eagles as a team, are better. That team, 2022, the 2022 team, as good as and as dominant as they were during the season, they had holes. Like their defense was not like they had the sacks that year. They had like 70 plus sacks. They set like franchise record in sacks that year, but their secondary wasn't very good. Like they had Bradbury at cornerback. Just in general, and the linebackers obviously not as good. Like TJ Edwards was okay, but this year, I mean, just across the board, maybe the defensive line's not quite as good in regards to just like getting pressure. But I trust these guys. I trust this defensive line to get more consistent pressure this year. Like I like Jalen Carter more now than Fletcher Cox back then. He was at the tail end of his career. And then just, you know, strangely enough, I trust like Josh Sweat and Nolan Smith to produce more than Hassan Reddick, who had like 17 sacks that year.
Isn't that crazy?
I just trust this. I just trust this defense really, and that's really why I feel so good. Is this defense is legit. They are legit, and they are going to come ready to play on Sunday. I just know it. I know Vic Fangio is going to have this team ready to roll and come out of the gates running. And I just trust Quinyon Mitchell and Darius Slay and, you know, Reed Blankenship back there in the secondary. I don't know. And I'll be honest, the Chiefs receivers.
I just trust him. You're right.
Yeah, I just trust him. You know, I trust. But another reason why I feel so good is obviously because Saquon Barkley is an Eagle. And, you know, we have to wake up every day and remind ourselves that Saquon Barkley is, in fact, a Philadelphia Eagle. And he is having arguably the greatest season a running back's ever had if he can just put the finishing touches on it on Sunday. I mean, this will go down in the history books as an all-time season for any running back.
Yeah, if he wins, I still cannot believe he's here.
I can't believe it either. I mean,
it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we knew he was good, but he's like an hour and some change down the road. Fucking this 2K?
Yeah. 2K. Right. And he's obviously just been such a game changer this year. Like, I mean, just last week in the NFC Championship game, or 2 weeks ago, I guess now, just that first run of the game and just setting the tone early. Like, he just has a knack for explosive runs and just breaking a team's will. And I mean, behind this offensive line, I mean, I don't care how good the Chiefs defense is. I don't care what defense they're going against. I mean, he's gonna get his yards and then some. He's gonna break a big one. And I just know he's gonna come to play. I know he's hungry. I mean, he's saying all the right things when he's getting interviewed about the game. He's like, the dream wasn't to get here, it was to win. Like, everyone's saying all the right things. Like, this team looks locked in.
Yes, sir.
And again, I'm going to credit Sirianni. I mean, Sirianni just has this team ready to go, prepared. I mean, there were times during his tenure we didn't think that was the case, but man, I mean, he looked in the mirror, he did some self-reflecting, and whatever he had to change, he changed, and it's like a completely new version of him. And yeah, I'm just so thrilled. Now, the fact of the matter is that we are going against Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, correct.
And Andy Reid, both of which, correct, when it's all said and done, could be the greatest coach of all time and could be the greatest quarterback of all time. Some would say he already is the greatest quarterback of all time. But, you know, neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles
not here for that, yep.
Yeah. Man, this guy is just fucking terrifying. Like, I don't care how goofy he looks or talks. Like, this guy is just he's a menace, and he's going to come locked in, and he's going to do whatever he can to win to try to win this game for the Chiefs. And I mean, he scares me. I mean, honestly, everyone else I'm not too concerned about. Like, Chris Jones on their line is really good. You know, Travis Kelce, but you know, he's older, and again, I trust the defense. So. But Mahomes just finds a way. So the idea of a close game in the fourth quarter fucking terrifies me. I do not like the idea of that. And yeah, I've seen it too many times. I think there's a stat out there that
oh no,
7 times Patrick Mahomes has had to lead his team, or down by 4 or something like that, has had to lead his team to score a touchdown, to take the lead, or to tie it, and he's successful 7 times out of 7 times. He has 100% success rate. I think Tom Brady has like 50% success rate in that same situation. Mahomes is perfect. So, needless to say, if the Eagles have a 4-point lead with like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter and Mahomes has the ball, I am going to throw up. I will throw up everywhere, and it will cause a scene. But
no, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, and I don't want that to happen.
In his playoff career, Mahomes is 7 for 7 in playing those situations. I'm trying to figure out.
Is it 4 points or is it 3 points or 4 points or 7 points or fewer? Maybe.
Yep, it's not on this.
I'm pretty sure it was like 7 points or fewer, or it was 4 points. I think they had to score a touchdown in all those scenarios, and he's accomplished that. Yeah, I do. As much, and I said I trust the Eagles defense, and I do. There was a debate going back and forth on sports radio last week.
Okay.
Would you rather? Yeah, I'll give you 2 scenarios. Would you rather have the Eagles up by 7 or up by 4? Sorry, with 3 minutes left, and Mahomes has the ball, or would you rather the Eagles be down by 4 with the Eagles offense on the field trying to score a touchdown to take the lead? What would you rather have? What's better, in your opinion?
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Okay. So it's going through my mind. I'll think kind of out loud. Again, if the Chiefs are down, like you're saying, dude, Mahomes just has a way to fucking get it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like you're never safe. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like in that situation, a lot of danger. So let's back away from that. Let's go to the other one. Being down 4.
Yeah.
We stall out on a fair number of drives. Like it's not 100% success rate. You know what I mean?
That is true.
But like having it be that one drive at the end of the big game.
Yeah.
To bring it home for the city.
Yeah. That's stuff legends are made out of, man. Like if Jalen.
I like that one. I like that one better.
Yeah.
Because even if we're down 4, just being down 4 with the ball, like I think would be hungry for it.
Yeah.
I think they'd be more locked in. I can picture Smith just like reeling in a one-armed catch in the back of the end zone.
Man, just like the Jaguars game earlier this year, man. Oh man. Now, hopefully, in that situation, Saquon or someone doesn't break like a big run to score a touchdown, and Mahomes gets the ball back with like 2 minutes left. But I guess, and then he does, and then he goes down the field. But anyway, in this scenario, we're going to assume the Eagles would win the game because they're going to drive and then run the clock out.
Yeah, and manage your clock properly.
I don't know what's more fitting is if Jalen and the offense has the ball with the chance to score a touchdown and win the Super Bowl, or if this defense, which has been the best defense in football all year, to stop Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid to win the Super Bowl. I don't know what's more fitting, honestly. I mean, I want it for Jalen so much. I want him to lead a Super Bowl winning drive down the field to beat Mahomes, because I get tired of all the Jalen slander.
Oh yeah.
I don't care how it looks, man. I mean, he just wins games, and when he has to come up big, he does. He's proven it. There have been multiple games in his career where he's had to play well, and I mean, the Super Bowl, probably his best game of his career. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that, the stage. And then last week in the NFC Championship game, one of the best games he's ever played when he needed it most. Can you just envision?
Oh, let me close my eyes first.
Close your eyes, and I want you to envision the Eagles are on the goal line.
All right, what am I wearing?
Jalen's under center.
What am I wearing?
You're wearing what you're wearing right now. You're wearing
that's pretty accurate,
your
actually.
Sexy Eagles sweatshirt and
sexy
your
Eagles
hat. And
is it turf or?
It's all natural grass, baby.
Oh wow. Okay.
Jalen's under center. His hands are, between Cam Jurgens' legs. Maybe
I've seen this one
the skirt a little bit because he knows they're about to score a touchdown.
Oh, the worst part about this is my eyes are closed and my audio is going just right into my ear canal.
Dallas Goedert and Saquon Barkley line up behind Jalen with their hands in position, ready to push his cheeks over the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen does a hard count.
Is that a double entendre?
Finally,
Frankie Louvu dives over the line, sails through the crisp winter air in Philadelphia.
I'm back, motherfucker! I'm back! Saquon and Goddard push Jalen over the goal line. 0 time left on the clock. Walk off tush push. Can you imagine?
If it needs to be a tush push, fine. However, I would rather take most other forms of getting the ball into the end zone.
I think that might be the most fitting way the Eagles win the Super Bowl is the tush push to win the game.
It would be fitting, but can you imagine what the next fucking 20 years are going to be like? Just hearing that from everybody else.
Dude, you see that play on replay forever. It would be awesome. And then eventually, well, I guess you got to think about it like if the NFL ever bans that it's like, oh, the Super Bowl's like that touchdown's fraudulent because it shouldn't have happened. It was banned. Just like all those great Brian Dawkins hits back in the day. Like those were all penalties.
Let's envision this one more time. Right. If we cast our minds back to Nick Foles running up to the sideline saying, "You want Philly, Philly?"
Yeah,
and
let's do it.
Pregnant pause and yeah, let's do it. What is going to be the clip from when Jalen whips out the call for this? Or, anyone. What I'm saying is what's going to be the social media clip to get us into this situation, this tush push fantasy you've thrust us into.
Saquon's breaking a big run. He's breaking a big run. He's breaking like a 50-yard run. And, well, I guess that wouldn't make sense. Well, that's what I want. I want that. I guess in this scenario that I've painted, there's no time left on the clock, so why would they be running the ball? So I'm imagining an A.J. Brown just pass interference call on the defense. Jalen throws it up for A.J. It's like within the 5-yard line. He jumps up, JJ jumps up to catch it, but Chiefs defender is like yanking on his neck, on his shoulders, like, you ain't scoring. And then the ref throws out the laundry on the field, the yellow laundry. How fitting that the refs reward the Eagles with a penalty after what happened 2 years ago.
Okay, I think you're taking a little bit too much pleasure in this fantasy now.
And then on the goal line with we'll say two seconds left. And that's when they line up for the tush push, and that's when Jalen crosses the goal line. That's a scenario, and the crowd, and then
are you telling me you wouldn't be actively vomiting at that point? 2 seconds left.
2 seconds left on the goal line. Tush push. I have no doubt they're scoring. No doubt they're scoring. And then just everyone's on the ground, struggling to get up, and then Mailata gets up, and his hands are like this, and Lane Johnson's like, yeah, and Saquon's like.
No, man.
And then Jalen does the gritty. I think
as soon as the ref throws that flag, dude, you are in crisis mode. You cannot wait for this play to get off, and there's many, many seconds between now and that time.
Yeah, I'm getting nervous already thinking about it. But honestly, as much as I would like Jalen to score the winning touchdown, Saquon Barkley has to do it. This is his season. This is his storybook ending. Jalen can lead him down the field. Jalen will get all the credit for leading him down the field, but Saquon needs to be the one that scores the touchdown. So in this scenario, as much I know they would tush push it. I know they would, but in my head, Saquon should get the ball at the 1-yard line, get the chance to run it into the end zone to score. And man, just put a exclamation point, a big fat cherry on top of this delicious Sunday of a season that Saquon's had, and just cement himself as having the best season a running back's ever had.
Wow, really alliterative sentence.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I want. I want Saquon to absolutely go off. I want him to just continue what he's been doing, basically, and just prove that, yes, running backs are important. I'm the best. Fuck you. Fuck you, Giants. Go Birds. Oh, man. I'm so excited for this game.
Dude, me too.
It's going to be a great game. I see this going only two ways. It's a close game, and
it's going to go two ways.
Sorry, well, three ways, I guess. There's three ways this game's going to turn out.
Am I in the right podcast?
Three ways. First, the Eagles blow out the Chiefs, and by blowout I mean it's a 10+ point win. That's a blowout against the Chiefs. That's a blowout. Scenario 2.
So that's one of the three ways. Blowout.
Yep. Second way. It's a close game.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs win. However, it is.
Third option.
Third option. It's a close game and the Eagles win.
Nice, baby.
There is no scenario that the Chiefs blow out the Eagles. There's no. It's not possible. It's not even like a possibility. And I'm putting it out there. And Chris is going to kill me if he ever hears this, but there is no freaking way that the Eagles getting blown out by this team. And yeah, so that's how it's going to be. So in two of those scenarios, the Eagles win. I like my 2 out of 3. I like our chances. I like our chances. It's settled.
Is that how that works?
I think so. Yeah.
That's how Vegas does their odds, I think, right?
Yeah, I would not be shocked if the Eagles do. And when I say blowout, I mean 10+ points. I would not be shocked if it's a wide margin of victory like that. I think the Eagles have the personnel to do it on defense on both sides of the ball. The one thing the Chiefs don't do is really turn the ball over. Although, well, at least in the playoffs, Mahomes had he had a few turnovers this year. I think he had like 11 picks or 11 picks or 11 turnovers overall. If you combine fumbles and everything. But the Eagles have been forcing so many turnovers recently. It just seems like it's an inevitability. It's an inevitability that the Chiefs are going to fork the ball over at some point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So Chris is going to kill you for that, huh?
Yeah, he's gonna. Everything I'm saying, actually, he's gonna kill me.
I mean, I am also pretty superstitious, honestly.
Yeah. Well, speaking of superstitions. Do you have any superstitions going into?
I thought you were expecting me to finish a sentence. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Speaking of superstitions, do you have any superstitions heading into this game? Anything that you have been doing over the course of this season that you're going to keep doing? Or, can be what you're wearing, what you're eating, anything.
It is what I'm wearing. In fact,
ooh.
I have worn this sweater for, I believe, every Eagles game this season. So I feel like it makes sense to keep that train rolling.
Yes. Yes, for everybody's sake. Have you watched it?
No.
Don't fucking watch it. Don't even think about it.
Can't.
Keep it the way it is. Keep it completely intact.
Do I have another one? I feel like I had another one, but what about you? Do you have any stitions?
Same. Well, actually, there's 2 this year. One, I do have like a whatever I'm wearing superstition. So I do it for the Phillies and for the Eagles. If I am wearing a jersey of some sort that I feel is lucky that the Eagles will usually win when I wear it,
mm-hmm.
then I'll keep wearing it. And this year, it is my midnight green Jason Kelce jersey.
I knew it was going to be. Had to be.
I've worn it all season. So, I was wearing it when the team was struggling, when they were 2-2, and I was one loss away from changing it up. I was one more loss away from going to my Kelly Green Jalen Hurts. But the turnaround happened, and it kept happening, and damn it, I'm not switching that jersey. And I haven't washed it either. It's got some stains on it, if I'm being honest. It has some stains on it.
Yeah, I think I wear this on Sundays, and then occasionally on a Friday.
And occasionally on, a Tuesday, because today's Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, today is Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday. And you're wearing it.
Oh, there it is. That's the other superstition. I've just kind of been letting my hair do its thing for a while now. And
so it's like a playoff hair.
So I really just wanted to take a set of clippers to it maybe 2 days ago. I'm like, no. I've been they've been doing great. I can't fuck with anything. So I'm just
away.
Letting it ride, baby.
Put those things in a safe, lock it, throw away the key. You can cut that hair on Monday if the Eagles win. Well, regardless.
I might just not cut it after that.
Yeah, actually, if the Eagles win, maybe you could just keep it growing until
the next Eagles loss.
Yeah, if they don't make the Super Bowl next year, then you can cut it.
Imagine.
Yeah. I think I've unintentionally been growing my hair out. I just haven't gotten a haircut. At this point, I guess it has to be part of my superstition, so I'm just going to keep it going until Sunday's over.
Right? You have to. You have to. Like, it just feels
I've trimmed the beard already, so I don't have a playoff beard going. I've trimmed it a couple times.
Yeah, I've trimmed.
Yeah, you had a really big bushy beard.
Thank you.
Before recording tonight.
Thank you for noticing. Oh, before recording, yeah. It goes in. It's like Benjamin Button, but for beards.
Oh. I have seen part of that movie.
I've not seen any of that movie.
But I know the premise. I know the premise. Yes, so the hair is definitely a thing. I thought about doing a playoff beard, but I figured my jersey was good luck enough. And the beard was getting a little... I did let it grow a little bit, and it was getting a little scraggly. So I wanted to clean up a little bit. But my other superstition this year...
Hey, if I don't understand you, who will, you know?
Yeah, exactly. My other superstition this year is that I've watched every game except for 2 at the bar around the corner from me that you're familiar with.
Which 2 were you not there for? You say both of our...
the command... Well, actually, you know what's crazy, actually? You know what's crazy?
Here we go. Drop it on me.
Now that I think about it,
say it.
The 3 losses...
Mm-hmm.
Well, what was their record this year? They were 14-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or were they 13-4? And it doesn't matter.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the Falcons game where Saquon dropped the ball and they lost. Yep. Guess where I was watching?
Where?
You were there, kind of. The bar by you, where you used to live. Yep.
Oh no.
The Tampa Bay game where they got destroyed. I watched it, Chickies and Pete's.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Commanders game where Jalen got hurt and they lost. I watched here in my apartment.
So
every other game I have watched at the bar on the corner from me, and they've won.
You need to see if they're selling tickets for that, and if they're still on sale, because there's not a ton of room in that establishment.
Oh, there's no tickets. I mean, I have a plan. I mean, we're going.
I want you in that building.
We were going to rent the upstairs, but it was a little too rich for our blood. So we are just going to get there really early on Sunday. And when I say early, I mean like noon. Like we're gonna basically tailgate at the bar.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm bringing board games, cards, whatever. We're going to keep ourselves occupied until kickoff. But yeah, that's actually crazy. I knew that third game, that Falcons game, I forgot that I didn't watch there. Wow. It really is like the magic touch, that place. So yeah, I will be back there again on Sunday watching, and that's a big superstition. Like I could have been offered like tickets to go to the game for free, and I would have been like, nah.
I don't know, man. I think I would have taken them.
I probably would have. But then if they lost, I would have never have lived it down. Never.
It's going to be a big day for you.
Yes.
As well as well, I mean, what's on Sunday? Big game.
Big game.
Cooper Dejean, right? He's got a birthday.
He has a birthday
Sunday. That's fantastic. Yep. Imagine that dude playing in a Super Bowl on your birthday.
Yeah, I mean, also Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley has a birthday that day as well. Mm-hmm. And imagine scoring the winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. on your birthday.
Imagine watching a birthday boy score the winning touchdown on your own birthday.
Yeah.
Which will be a unique experience for you.
It will be. Yes. So
for your birthday is also.
If you're listening and you haven't put the pieces together, my birthday is on February 9th, and the Eagles will be playing in the Super Bowl on my birthday. I cannot ask for a better gift, an Eagles Super Bowl victory. If they lose, worst birthday ever.
Putting it in the
worst birthday ever. Anything else good that happened that day is just wiped away. All the memories I've made, all the laughs we had, leading before the game, completely wiped away by an Eagles loss.
Well, hey man, just remember this can go one of three ways. Apparently,
yeah. I mean, I should DM Saquon and Cooper, be like, "Yo, I'm your birthday brother. You need to win this game for me."
Just start an Instagram group called Birthday Brothers.
Birthday Brothers, Birthday Boys.
Yo, probably not super on your phone right now, but
yeah, but like we share the same. We share. Get
it today.
Look at it. I know you might be a little busy with Super Bowl prep and interviews and whatnot, but we share a birthday. Anyway, I don't want to make it all about me, but man, a lot rides in this game.
But man, does my happiness ride on this game.
Yeah. I mean, a similar situation happened 2 years ago. I mean, the game is always in February, so it's always around my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 years ago, it was played 3 days after my birthday. So my birthday was like on a Thursday, or was it? Yeah, it was on a Thursday.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because that was the surprise party, right?
Yeah.
Or was that last year?
That was 2 years ago. That was the same weekend, surprise party. Literally one of the best weekends of my life. And it still was. But man, the Eagles losing the Super Bowl on the tail end of that weekend was such a bummer. Ooh. And it was so depressing.
Yeah, your birthday was a Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that was
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even early in the day Sunday, amazing. Halftime, amazing.
Yeah, still great.
Rihanna, amazing. After that, not so amazing. Not so amazing after that. So, yeah, I don't want to experience that again.
Rihanna?
Yeah.
You don't want to experience that again?
I wouldn't mind that. But I don't want to have to rewatch that second half.
Yeah.
Particularly the fourth quarter again.
That made me sad.
So I don't know if I've said this before on the podcast, but my dad is a Chiefs fan.
How weird does that make things at home?
Well, when it comes to fandom or just being a fan of a team, he is the worst fan. He has like
speak on that.
He does not. He barely watches the games. I mean, he is always aware of what's happening, but I guess he gets anxious about the game, so he just doesn't watch a lot of the games. Like he'll watch some, but like there'll be weeks where I'm just like, "Oh, did you check out the Chiefs game?" He's like, "I didn't watch, but I heard what happened." Like, it's not like you can't watch it. Like he has like the Super Bowl. He has like the NFL package. Like he can watch all the games. It's not like he can't access the game.
Wait, he's paying for the NFL package. He doesn't watch the games.
He just doesn't have he just doesn't want to watch it. I sometimes I want to just shake him and be like, Dad, your team has arguably the greatest quarterback, the greatest player the NFL's ever seen. And you're not going to just watch every game and soak it in. Like, come on, what are you doing? Like your team is going for a three-peat. Like, what are you doing? You should be cherishing this. This will never happen again. Like, you should be cherishing this. This is like a sport fan's dream. Like, it doesn't get any better than that until they lose on Sunday to my Philadelphia Eagles. Anyway, so my dad's a Chiefs fan. Now he is. I will give him credit.
I forgot we didn't even get into the story.
Yeah, I will say he's not like a boastful, like in your face, like sort of fan. He's like a very quiet, subdued, very he's calm. Like he's not gonna like get in your face and talk shit. So I appreciate that. He is coming up to visit me for the weekend.
Nice.
And he will be joining me at the bar on Sunday for the game. And he's already told me he's not wearing any Chiefs gear. So he's going to be incognito Chiefs fan in the bar surrounded by hundreds of Eagles fans. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I don't think he's even going to be actively rooting for the Chiefs. Like he'll probably do like in his head, or like maybe he'll do like a Tiger Woods, like that sort of thing.
That's how he does it. That's how Tiger do it. Like he's choking a small bird in front of him. What?
It's a what do you call this? Like a victory fist or something like that. Anyway,
that's a secret fourth way it could go.
He's already told me, like,
secret fist.
He's like, oh, if the Eagles win, I won't even be that upset because I like the Eagles. I'm like, well, this kind of makes it kind of.
Why are you here?
Sucks all the fun out of it. Because I remember 2 years ago, same thing. He came up, and we didn't watch the game together actually, but he came up the weekend between the Super Bowl, the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl, and he came up here and he was rocking his Chiefs jersey. Like we went to a couple of spots and he was wearing his jersey, and he got, a couple of people said things to him like, no, nothing crazy, but he was just like testing the waters a little bit. And that was fun. That was all fun. But this time he's going to be right in the thick of it, right in the thick of Eagles country. And he would not dare wear his Chiefs jersey. Would something happen to him? At this place, maybe.
This is the place that had the trash bag over the urinal for a really long time,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I love this place. I love this bar. It's my bar. And the French onion soup's amazing. But
I've heard,
the clientele can get a little rowdy, especially when they've been there for a while, when the Eagles are playing, and God forbid the Eagles are losing or at any point. Not going to be good. Won't be good. So he's not going to wear any Chiefs gear. He's going to bring Chiefs gear, but he's going to wear it like during the weekend, but not at the bar for the game.
I was about to say, you're going to make him stay there from noon.
Yeah.
With increasingly drunken Eagles fans.
Yeah, and they'll be nursing his 3 Millers, his 3 Coors Lights over the course of like 6 hours.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The perfect sun
and he'll be
birthday.
trashed. But I know he's a Chiefs fan, but I'm excited. I think it's a special thing to watch with your dad. Especially, it would be more special if he was an Eagles fan. But but still, like, it's cool that our two teams are in the Super Bowl playing against each other. It's pretty cool, I mean, 2 years ago we didn't watch the game together. They won, obviously, so I didn't talk to him for that night.
You're like, for 1.75 years.
Yeah. I just spoke to him this past weekend to make plans for this weekend. That was the last time I spoke to him.
Round 2, question mark.
Yeah.
I get the opposite of that. Your dad's a Chiefs fan. You're an Eagles fan. You want to watch with your dad, but he's not an Eagles fan. My dad is. And we're going to be watching together.
Yeah. So
that's about it.
So where are you watching?
I'm going to be watching at my parents' place, actually.
All right.
In 2018, I watched with my sister, my brother-in-law, at their place in Pennsylvania, back before they moved back to Jersey and back before I moved back to Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
This year, in 2018, my parents were actually in the Philippines during the Super Bowl. But I remember getting like a really, really pixelated video call from them of my dad just like going nuts in his Eagles gear.
That's awesome.
In the middle of a Filipino hotel room.
I can picture this and I love it.
Yeah. So I just want to, I want to watch this one. I want to bring it home too.
Yeah, that'll be special. That'll be cool. It's like, I do like going home and watching the game with my family. Like my mom is a big Eagles fan. She supports all the Philly teams. My dad, unfortunately, doesn't have the same allegiance, but it is special to share moments like this with your family, and because sports are usually generational. They get passed on to you from your parents.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, not so much. Like my mom got me into it. My dad got me into sports in general. But I would say like my introduction to like Philly sports was more so from like friends and whatnot. And that's who I watched a lot of games with. Like I watched the Super Bowl in 2004 with my mom. And that sucked. But
yeah, well, I mean, we were 11.
I know.
Who else are you really watching it with?
Well, I mean, could have went to a friend's house. I don't know, but
yeah, I guess that's true. We were 11, huh? Kids normally have friends at that age, huh?
Yeah, we could go out and do things at that point. 2018, watched at my mom's house with her and my family, and that was really special. And then afterwards, went to go hang out with some friends who were big Eagles fans and just, reminisced with them or just like celebrate with them for a bit. So this will be a nice kind of change of pace. I am excited to watch with my dad, and if the Eagles do win, I'm sure he'll be very happy for me, and he won't be upset at all. like he said. I mean, his team's coming off 2 Super Bowl victories. How upset can you be? Oh, they didn't win 3 in a row. Oh no.
Wow. I mean, I understand you're his son, but that's a great impression of your dad.
I know. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, as they say. But yeah, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I'm already. I mean, that parade in 2018 was just like. Did you go to that?
No.
Man, it was a day. It was awesome. I still say that was definitely the best day of my life. It was a magical day. Everything that was happening, just still bathing in the euphoric feeling of winning the Super Bowl and then just being in the city that day. It just felt like everything, the city of Philadelphia just stopped everything else. Nothing else mattered except celebrating the Eagles that day. And it was just kind of like a surreal feeling in the city. Kind of eerie a little bit. You all right?
Also, you were on crutches, right?
I was on crutches.
It makes me so happy thinking of you, thinking about bathing in the euphoria of a Super Bowl win and the streets of Philadelphia stop for everybody. And you're just...
That's exactly what happened, though.
On a pair of sticks in Philadelphia.
So I re-injured or re-aggravated my bad knee jumping up and down after Brandon Graham strip sacked Brady in the Super Bowl, and I hit my knee against the table and it completely fucked it up.
I feel so bad.
And then I was at work 2 days later, literally the day before the parade. I'm at work and I was literally sitting down and I pivoted and my knee popped and then just completely started swelling. And I went to urgent care and then I had to get crutches. So yeah, I was at the parade on crutches, but you know what? It was a fucking awesome time. It was a blast. It didn't affect my enjoyment whatsoever. Maybe my armpits were a little sore, but besides that, it was, I honestly, the fact that you said it, that's not even what I think of. I just think of the day. I forgot I was on crutches, honestly. You bringing it up.
It's the first thing I think of.
It's so funny, actually. I was dancing, dude. I was dancing on crutches. I was one crutch in it. The one crutch was up in the air and I was just on my one foot, my good leg, just dancing. Yeah. Man. It was an awesome day. So anyway, that to say, I really, really, really want another parade and I'm already making plans if they win. I just feel so confident. I'm so confident in this team. And I really do think they're gonna bring it home. But
yeah,
we'll see how I feel on Sunday. I'm sure on Sunday I'll be an absolute ball of anxiety. I'll just be crushing Miller Lights in preparation for the game, just to ease the tension a bit.
So you're telling me I should hit you up before you get to the bar at noon 30.
Yeah, we're literally getting there at noon. That's the plan. 6 hours of basically tailgating.
Yeah. Anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
You gonna place any bets?
No, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I put down the Manning Kick of Destiny free bet. It seemed pretty low stakes given
that's pretty low stakes.
Oh, I also really appreciate the commercial where he's like, you're just gonna have to be a quarterback like me and Dad. They made him like an 80s villain. I'm like, I love this.
Yeah,
that's all I had to say about that.
Well, I will not be placing any bets either because I have done a great job refraining from any sports betting whatsoever over the last year and a half. I did do it a little bit when I got basically the free money when you first sign up. They give you like $250 to play with, and
damn,
yeah, and I didn't win shit. So eventually, maybe when I have more capital, I'll invest more in sports betting. But honestly, it's a road I don't really want to go down.
Yeah, it's fair.
It kind of scares me, but I think a silly bet like the Gatorade color or whatever, like, will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift? I mean, stuff like that.
That's too soon, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. What, the proposal?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, listen, if he does propose, that means the Chiefs won. So I hope that doesn't happen. And then predictions for the game. Do you have a score or just a result in mind?
I think the Birds are taking it. Over to you.
Yeah, so do I. I do think the Eagles are going to win, and I do think there's a chance that it's not a comfortable win, but I don't think we'll be stressing in the last few minutes. I think the Eagles get out to I think the Eagles, maybe it's close at half, but the Eagles kind of pull away in the second half. And I'm thinking like maybe like a 34-24 game. Eagles win. Eagles win 34-24. Write it down.
Okay.
I'm going to say Jalen Hurts is the Super Bowl MVP just because he's the quarterback. But man, do I want Saquon to get that MVP so badly?
Me too. Honestly, yeah. Me too.
Yeah. So is that your prediction for MVP, Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, let's lock it in.
Cool. You should bet it.
Why are you like this? You're just placing bets using my money. I'm pretty sure that
living vicariously through you. I won't do it, but you should. No, I just pictured Saquon breaking like a 50-yard, 60-yard run to score a touchdown in like a crucial part of the game where it's like maybe the game's in the balance. The Eagles are up by 3, and that puts them up by 10 when Jake Elliott doesn't miss an extra point. We don't want to talk about the Eagles needing a field goal to win the game, by the way, with Jake Elliott, if it's 50-plus yards. I'll say right now, I think he makes it, but man, I'll be thrown up again in the corner if this is what it comes down to.
Jeez. Yeah.
That's all.
Anything else, man?
That's all I got. Get me to Sunday, man. I mean, we're still like 5 days away. Like, this is ridiculous. This week needs to fly by faster.
Yeah, it does need to fly by faster. But maybe to help kill the time, you could fly over to our pages on wherever they are. We are on Instagram at 5 o'clock sweats. We are still on X at 5 o'clock sweats. You can find us in video form on YouTube or in audio form only for just those ears. On Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Anything else?
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
And as always,
stay sweaty. Well, I once heard the news today. It seems my life.
Immediately, my hand was like, I need to play it.
It's gonna change.